Welcome to Martial Arts Sales and Marketing Management. All right, today I'm going to give you the top 10 reasons why martial arts schools marketing doesn't work, okay? Now I know this is going to be crazy, but these are really the top 10 things that I came up with why martial arts schools marketing fails and what you can do to change it. Okay, so I'm going to give you the top 10 list and then I'm going to tell you what I do and what actually works. So the first thing, the biggest mistake I see with martial arts schools is they're selling a product, martial arts, and not selling a feeling. If you think about this just for a second, when you buy something based upon emotion and you justify that emotion with logic, right? So if you're selling martial arts, are you selling like a black belt? Because I know personally that's logical. I know you think it's emotional. It isn't. Everybody knows that if you go to a martial arts school, you get different belt levels and you can go up to a black belt. It's the same thing as saying, if I go to a hotel room, I'm not surprised they have a bed or a toilet or toilet paper because I expect that. Now, you might own the hotel and think, oh yeah, but that's so cool, we have the best toilets in the world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So the first thing is if you buy on an emotion and you justify that emotion with logic, then what is emotion? Well, emotion is a feeling. And most of you guys aren't selling the feeling. You're selling what it is and what it does. And that's logical. And I get into that in the sales presentation, but right now I just want you to understand you need to sell a feeling. How will I feel? Okay? I'll get into that a little bit later. And then the second thing is many of you guys, you're marketing martial arts. Yeah, you're marketing martial arts. And I'm like, oh, why are you doing that? You know, and you know what I'm talking about. It's that one picture with one kid kicking to the head or getting punched or defending themselves or, you know, in the stances and all those things. And marketing martial arts doesn't really work. And I'm going to explain that to you a little bit later, but marketing martial arts doesn't work because if you have that picture, as me as a parent, and I take a look at that picture of one kid kicking another kid in the head, I don't think that that's my kid doing the kicking. I think my kid is the one getting the one kicked in the head, okay? So marketing martial arts is not an effective way to market your martial arts school. That sounds crazy, but I will justify this a little bit later, okay? Next, this is gonna hurt some people out there. And when I say this to people who own martial arts schools, they go like, what are you talking about? Every guy out there tells us, well, this is what we have to do. No. The third thing that I think that is when you think that you're a babysitting center who wears uniforms. Now, I was at a martial arts seminar where this guy up there, this guru, is trying to tell everybody that, you know, yeah, well, if you offer, you know, Monday night is video night and Tuesday night is bowling and Wednesday night is theater and Thursday night is you know, we go for a walk and Friday night they can stay overnight and Saturday night is parents' night out and each time you can start, you're just a babysitting center. If your income is through selling kids' birthday parties, well, that's not effective marketing. So stop being a babysitting center. That is the big, I hate that. I'm going to get really deeply into that, why I absolutely hate kids' birthday parties. And anybody telling you that kids' birthday parties is the best way to get new members, okay, I'm going to question that. The next thing that biggest mistakes that martial arts schools do in marketing is that they copy the marketing of other martial arts schools. They go, look at that martial arts school. They're doing this kind of marketing. Well, maybe I'll do it too. Well, guess what? It's not working for them and it ain't gonna work for you. And what I come from sales and marketing, so I actually understand this stuff and I love watching those, they put out a flyer. You know, and then somebody goes, oh, that looks like a good flyer. No, it looks like a good flyer to you. It doesn't look like a good flyer to anybody else. It's not good advertising to anybody else. To you it is because you're into martial arts. But you want to get people who are not into martial arts to come into your school. And the next biggest mistake that they do is they're not just copying the martial arts school. They copy fitness studio marketing. Like, how can you copy a fitness studio marketing? Let's be honest, okay? If I am not the fittest man in the world. I'm pretty fit, but I'm not the fittest man in the world. If you send me a flyer and it's got a really good looking guy, a really good looking girl, and they're super in shape and they're ripped and they got a six-pack and they're pumped and they're like, this is what the people in our gym look like. I'm like, I don't want to go there, because I do not want to stand beside a guy and he's pumping up his 70 kilo waist bar dumbbells and I'm doing like 4 kilos, right? I'm going to feel like that's not a place where I belong. And this is a really important thing, and it's really you need to start thinking like a customer and stop thinking like a black belt, all right? So don't copy marketing from other martial arts schools, and do not copy marketing from fitness studios. The next biggest mistake that martial arts, the masters, the senseis, the gurus, they're afraid to get in front of the camera. Because in this day and age of Facebook, of TikTok, of Instagram, and everything else, you need to be in front of the camera. Like I'm in front of the camera, and you cannot be afraid of it. You got to get used to it. And I'm going to show you a lot of marketing that really, really works if you get in front of the camera. You, or maybe one of your black belts, but you got to be getting in front of the camera. That's how marketing works. Look, designing the greatest looking flyer and start handing them out in the streets is going to bring you nothing, because that is not the way that people respond to advertising today. Okay, so you got to get in front of the camera. The other mistake that I see all the time is martial arts schools don't do A/B split tests. They never test one thing against another. And you have to do A/B split testing. You have to know if your marketing is more effective for 35-year-old mothers or 38-year-old mothers or 28-year-old mothers or 36-year-old fathers or grandfathers. You need to know where your marketing actually works so you effectively market to the people who respond. There's no reason to do a marketing campaign on Facebook or on Instagram for everybody between the ages of 18 and 65. Because you will not know who's actually coming to your school. What marketing is working. You get a lot of people are coming in who are 35 years old or 27-year-old, but you don't know, did you spend $2 a click on them, or did you spend $25 a click on 65-year-olds and only 10 cents a click on them? And that's why you need to do A/B split testing. I'm going to go in a lot into A/B split testing, how you test one campaign against another one and then optimize that other campaign. Sometimes, are you testing headlines? Are you testing different headlines? What are the different kinds of headlines that you can test? Well, there are only 3. You can offer a time offer, like come down 7 days for free. You can offer a fact offer. Yeah, martial arts helps your kid concentrate better. Or you can offer a money offer, save money. Or you can combine 2 of those or all 3 of those. What's working better and in which month do they work? Are you going to do this month martial arts is great for concentration, back to school campaign, 7 days free, 14 days free, 1 month free, 1 month for just $29? You see what I'm saying? What works better? Is it the fact with the money? Is it the fact with the time? Is it time? Is it money? You need to understand A/B split testing every single month, and you need to test that. What works better? Now, the next thing that most of you guys don't do is you don't set goals. You're not setting goals. You need to set your goals. If you say, I want this year to have 100 new members, well, guess what? You just reached your goal, because your goal is to want it. And now you wanted it and you did it. Congratulations, you just reached your goal. Well, that's not how you set goals. You set goals, you say, it is the 1st of January, 2024, and I have 120 new members. Now, I need to break up those members. I'm not going to sell. My best month is not December. My best months might be February, March, and April, where I'm going to do the more memberships, and then my greater months are September, October, November, where I'm also going to, on the other months, you need to put in, I will sell this many memberships in this month, this year, in this quarter, over 6 months. Okay? You need to break it down so you know exactly how many memberships you need to sell every single day. And you need to combine. If you're not doing well by the 15th of the month, if you're not going to reach your goal, you need to up your marketing. You need to up what you're doing, okay? You need to set goals, because if you do not set a goal, you ain't never going to reach it, all right? So you need to set that goal in your school. You can also, if you have more schools, you set goals for every school, every trainer, every black belt, every person who sells something, every person gets a goal. and you get a goal too, all right? All right, the next thing, the biggest mistake I see with you guys is you don't train enough. You do not train enough. And you're like, what are you talking about? I train every single day. I train every single day. It's great, but you don't train in sales and marketing at all. Yeah, you just look at another guy who did a flyer and go, oh, okay, we're gonna do the same kind of flyer. But how much are you training your brain? How much are you training in your school in sales and in marketing? How much are you learning in sales and marketing? And that's what this entire thing is about, what I'm doing right now. It's not a one-off thing. I'm gonna teach you sales and marketing for a martial arts school and how you can be more successful. In January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. I'm gonna show you how it works and exactly step by step what you need to do. And then you gotta train. You gotta practice your sales techniques. You gotta practice your closing techniques. You gotta practice asking for a referral. You gotta practice your demonstration. You gotta practice talking to the mother. You gotta practice talking to a father. They're different. You gotta practice your greet. You gotta practice everything if you wanna be an insanely successful businessman, okay? And that's the last thing that I see you guys do that is the biggest mistake. You're like, I'm a martial artist. No, you're not. You're a business guy. This is a business. And you need to treat it like a business. When you're on the mat, it's okay, be the martial arts guy. But you need to treat this as a business because that's how you're going to succeed. And that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you exactly step by step how to turn your martial arts school into just something that we do for fun because I really love martial arts, into something where you're making a lot of money. And you're making it every single month, okay? You make sure you click on the link down below, download, obviously, Dojo management software, because that is really important that you're using that, because that's gonna help us do a lot of things. It's on Google Play and iTunes. As well, sign up for my podcast because I'm going to be doing a lot of podcasts. I'm going to be inviting a lot of people. I know a lot of people. I'm going to be inviting them on the show. This is everything I'm going to get ready for you guys. I'm going to give you the real content. And I don't sell anything. You can't pay for my seminars. You can't pay for consulting. I got nothing to sell. I'm just giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. What I've done when I've taken martial arts schools with 50 members and I brought them to 500 members within just a couple of years. I've taken clubs that had 500 members and I brought them to 1,800 members in just a couple of years, and this is what I'm going to teach you guys what to do. I have a marketing strategy and you can do it. You don't have to be a guru, you don't have to know how to program, any of that stuff. I'm going to give you the stuff that works, follow the stuff I'm really looking forward to, and don't forget, download Dojo management software. So I don't just want to tell you the 10 things you shouldn't do, because anybody can tell you what not to do. I want to be telling you things to do. Now, before I even start that, I want you to understand something very important about me. I personally think martial arts is stupid. Seriously, I'm sorry to say that. I think martial arts is like one of, without a doubt, the stupidest things that people could be doing. Like seriously, who wants to spend 20 years of their life, you know, trying to be a black belt, you know, and getting beat up? Like seriously, 20 years of your life getting punched and kicked in the head? For what? A belt? Really? That's what you want? That's what you're doing? That's what you're selling? Look, I'm sorry. I think it's crazy that people would want to do this. I do. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, I can't believe he just said that. I can't believe he just said that. He just said that martial arts is crazy. He just said I did that. I spent my entire life. Yeah, so here's the problem. You can't understand me, can you? You cannot understand me. You can't understand that I would say something like that. Right. So if you can't understand me, then how are you going to sell me? Because here's the thing. You represent maybe, if you own a dojo, you represent maybe 1%, maybe 2% of the population. That's what you represent. People who go to martial arts school, you're like 1, 2, maybe in big areas, 3, 4% of the population. That's it. And people like me represent 95 to 96% of the population. And if you can't understand me, then how are you going to sell me? And that's the biggest thing when I tell people about this. I think it's crazy that martial artists think that I would like to spend 20 years of my life getting kicked and punched. Yeah, so I can get a belt. That's what they think, and that's wrong. So what I want to do is teach you how to go after people like me. Teach me how to get me into your school. That's the goal. Get me to come to your school, get my kids to come to your school, and then you start making more money. Don't go after the 2% who already love martial arts. Go after the 98%, and that's what we're going to do, because I told you before, selling is a transference of feelings. Now, we talked about this a little before, what you're not supposed to do. Now I'm going to tell you what to do. As you know, when you purchase something, 80, 70, 90% of that purchasing decision is based upon emotion, right? And 10 or 20% or 30% of that buying decision is based upon logic. It doesn't matter what you buy. Your brain goes in half. There's a left side, there's a right side. There's a logical side, and there's an emotional side. And we know that people buy on emotion, they justify with logic. We know that. And it doesn't matter what you're buying, your clothes or your car or what you're eating, yeah? You buy on emotion and you justify that with logic, right? You don't buy on logic. So, for example, if you look in your closet and you need a new pair of jeans, right? That's logical. I need jeans. I have to wear pants. But the jeans that you buy, they look good on you, or you like them. That's the emotion. You have to eat food to survive, but the food that you buy tastes good. So here's the thing. You buy an emotion, you justify with logic, right? That's it. Everybody buys an emotion. But logic is just what it is. So what are you selling? Well, you have to be selling the emotion, right? And so if I go into your dojo, or if I see your marketing, how much is that is emotional? What marketing are you doing that's emotional? You're not. Are you telling a fact? Are you saying you have to eat? So eat my food. What are you saying? What does your marketing say? And take a look at your flyer, take a look at your Facebook, take a look at your Instagram, and say, what am I saying? Am I selling a fact? Am I selling the example that I gave you in the hotel room? Am I selling, we have a hotel, and in our hotel we have beds, and we have televisions, and you know what? We even have internet. Are you selling what people expect, or are you selling on emotion? And what you need to be doing is selling on emotion. I'm going to give you some concrete examples right now, and that's what you have to do. So, if you have that picture, right, of the picture of the woman being hit by the guy or mobbed by the guy, people don't want to see that. They hate that. I personally, when I watch a movie with my wife, and we're watching a movie, and there's a scene in there when a woman's gonna get beat up, my wife leaves the room. My wife physically stands up and leaves the room. When we're watching a movie and it's a situation that she does not want to even imagine, she leaves the room. Now imagine your marketing. Your marketing is some girl about to get, raped by a guy or something. That's just fucking crazy. You can't do that. You need to have your marketing has to be different than, first of all the other martial arts schools out there. And it has to be emotional. Not emotional like that you're going to get beat up or learn how to not get beat up. But, I want you to take a look. If you're marketing to adults, yeah? Imagine that you have a situation, I know that if I want to do martial arts, I get really, in certain situations, when I see something happening and I go, I don't know what I would do in that situation. That's a very uncomfortable feeling, right? That's my emotional. I am feeling uncomfortable by not knowing what to do in that situation. Now imagine, you don't feel that, do you? If you're a martial arts expert, right? And you're walking down the street and there's a guy coming at you and he's a little bit crazy and it looks like he's gonna do something. I don't know how to defend myself. I'm not a martial artist. I'm a marketing and sales guy. And so those are the moments where I think, damn, I really should learn martial arts, right? So imagine a campaign that says, imagine this situation, and imagine you know what to do. See, that's emotional, because I've been in those situations. I've been on a bus, or I've been on a train, or I've been on a street corner, or I've been in a situation where I'm like, I don't feel comfortable here. I got to get out of here. I wouldn't know what to do. Now imagine your marketing says, imagine this situation, and you know what to do. See, that's an emotional marketing campaign. What about, we do know statistically that kids who do martial arts do better in school, right? So, because they're able to concentrate better, correct? So, this is the point I want to bring across. Now imagine your kid now gets straight A's, or now gets 2 grades better than they got last year, because martial arts helps people concentrate, helps kids concentrate. And because it helps kids concentrate, you can actually show that kids get better marks in the school. And that's a marketing campaign. That's a great marketing campaign. You show before and after. Why do you think before and after works? How much before and after can you do in a martial arts school? Well, here's one. Better notes in school. This is before martial arts. This is after martial arts. So, can you imagine? That's your campaign. That's your back to school campaign. We're going to get into that later, but that's an emotional campaign. How happy am I going to be as a dad when my kid gets better notes in school? I'm going to be super happy. That's emotional marketing, and that's what I'm talking about. Okay? This before and after, it works. That's why people do it all the time. How about stranger danger? Stranger danger is, for me, one of the most important. It's knowing that my kid knows what to do in a situation. I don't need to, I've seen this campaign, and probably you have too, where it says, what should I be doing if somebody comes at me with a knife? Well, you shouldn't be there. Yeah, it's like, I don't need to do those kind of campaigns, right? But what stranger danger is, like, every parent is afraid for their kid. It's just a fact. I'm afraid. When my kids were small, I was afraid that someone was going to drive by and, offer them some candy to get in the back of the van, right? Oh, I got a puppy I'm looking for. That's stranger danger. Do my kids know how to do that? That's emotional marketing, right? And that video, I did that. That's me and my daughter, right? The better notes in the school, that's me. That's my son. Yeah, he's doing the before and after. And just take the picture. It works. Stranger danger is one of the most effective marketing campaigns out there, and you can make it yourself. And it's not about, hey, doing the ninja stuff, right? It's not about that. It's about knowing what to do in every situation, and that's what the parents, the 98%, don't know that you do. The 98% think you're just doing, the kicking and the punching, but that's not what you're doing. You're teaching life skills and the kids are getting better. How are you communicating that? And that's what you need to do in your martial arts school. You have to be communicating exactly that message. And that message is, you as a parent don't need to be afraid anymore. Because in school, if there's a fight, they know what to do. And most of the times, we teach them just to run away or walk away. That's what we teach. But if they're going to get bullied, then they're also going to know what to do. When they're going home, is there a route that they're going through that, goes through an area that you don't feel comfortable with, or just going simply down the street? Like, as a parent, if you can take away any sort of my fear, what have you done? Fear is one of the biggest emotional sellers out there. Fear is the number one reason why people buy things. It's really fear. Now, take some fear away from me, from my day-to-day life. Show me that your martial arts school solves some of my problems. But without telling me I solve your problems. What are you doing in your martial arts school to sell on the emotion and not the logic? Okay? Sell on the emotion and not the logic. That's the first thing that I teach people all the time, because that's how you buy. You buy on emotion and you justify it with logic. And you need to be selling on emotion. Take a look at those campaigns. And like I said, I have no problem getting in front of the camera. You can do this. This is really easy stuff. You don't need to have a professional film team come out and do it. You need a camera. You need a camera. And you can show the things that you're doing. It's one of the greatest things out there when we tell people, get in front of the camera. Get in front of the camera and get one of your students with you and say, hi, my name is Sensei or Meister or Master, whatever. And tell them who you are. And we're from this dojo down the school. We're from this martial arts school down the road. And we're going to teach you today the number one thing that children should do if they're ever confronted and they're ever going to get into a fight. The most important thing, and I'm going to show you that right now. You pan out the screen and the kid's running away. That's it. He's not learning how to fight. He's learning how to get out of situations. That is the most effective way. And me as a parent, I go, yeah, that's what I want my kid to learn. I don't want my kid to learn how to, kick somebody in the head. If they have to, maybe. But I want my kid to learn actual things, if they're walking down the street and a car comes up and they start talking to them. You know, we don't talk to those people. And that's what you say in stranger danger. No, go, yell, tell. You know that one? No, go, yell, tell? That's one of the easiest, but how are you communicating that? And how you're communicating that is you're doing your videos, you're getting a video, you're explaining your situation, you're in your martial arts uniform so people know that you're a martial artist. And then you're selling them on emotion. You're solving their problems and you're taking away some of their fears. That's how you're going to sell to kids, and that's how you're going to sell to adults. So I want you to take a look at your marketing campaigns, and every time you do anything, every post on Facebook, every post on Instagram, every time you do anything, then ask yourself, am I selling with emotion or am I selling a product? Am I selling just, 7 days free? That's not it. It has to be the emotional. What is emotional about this flyer? Get 2 grades of better notes within 6 months. Fact, right? Concentration, and then the next offer, right? Because your only offers are facts, time, 7 days free, or save money, right? Try to combine those, like we talked about in A/B splitting. We're going to try and combine those and see which ones work most. But the most important thing is take away the fear of the parents, and you're going to sell a heck of a lot more. All right? Don't forget, download Dojo management software on Google Play and iTunes. And when I start getting into that stuff, it's going to get even better. All right, see you next time. That was the first stuff. It's going to get more intense. It's going to get more deep, but you got to get the basics. All right, see you guys later. Bye.